Welcome to Clayton Homes. We're glad you're here today as our visitor or as a contractor. We are committed to your safety. You are our guest, and as such, we have a legal and moral obligation for your safety. In case of an emergency, we will call 911, and we have trained facility first responders. We must have a method for accountability, so we ask that you sign in and sign out each time you visit. In case of an emergency, please evacuate via the closest emergency exit and evacuate to the assembly areas. If you happen to see an unsafe condition or have an incident, please report it to the EHS manager. We expect all contractors and subcontractors to work safely every day. Communicate openly about unsafe acts or conditions that need to be corrected. Wear proper PPE. Correct unsafe acts and conditions. The contractor is ultimately accountable for the safety of their work site. Clayton Homes representatives have the authority to stop unsafe acts or conditions. General contractors are accountable and responsible for ensuring their subcontractors are in compliance with the applicable EHS requirements. Clayton Homes has established and implemented a program of internal and external inspections and assessments to identify, correct, and control hazards on an ongoing basis. Contractor safety is included in this program. Contractors and subcontractors are expected to establish and implement their own internal programs. Smoking is only allowed in designated areas outside. Stationary, mobile phone use is allowed. Keep exits, fire extinguishers, and electrical panels clear. If work is being done in the facility, then PPE must be worn. If not in the facility, then only required by contractor visitor task. Use caution in areas of slip and trip hazards. SDSs are in the safety office and work areas. Whenever an electrical storm is threatening or in progress in the area of operations, all outdoor work activities shall cease and personnel shall seek covered shelter. Using, being under the influence of, possessing, transporting, promoting, or selling illegal drugs or drug paraphernalia and or otherwise legal but illicitly used substances by anyone while on Clayton Homes property or Clayton Homes business is strictly prohibited. Being under the influence of alcoholic beverages on Clayton Homes property is prohibited. SDSs must be provided to the environmental coordinator or EHS manager prior to bringing products on site. Specific approval must be given for products to be brought on site by the EHS manager. All chemical containers must be marked with their contents and in a manner that warns of the chemical's hazards. Contractor personnel must have documented completion of all required training prior to Clayton EHS approval to work on site and being admitted to contractor EHS orientation. That is, if your work involves working at heights, then proof of fall protection training would be required. Use of a respirator would require respiratory protection training, etc. No hot work allowed without a hot work permit, training, equipment, and fire watch. Elevated work only with documented training and appropriate fall protection. No permit required confined space entry without program approval, documented training, and permit. Hazardous energy must be controlled via the Clayton Lockout Tagout program and approved by the EHS manager. All electrical work shall conform to the requirements of NFPA 70E and have prior approval. Any incident, injury, near miss, unsafe condition or behavior, or spill of product must be reported immediately to the EHS manager. Everyone has stop work authority here. If it is not safe, please do not allow it to happen. Call a safety timeout or exercise a stop work. Strict compliance with all federal, state, and local regulations is required and a condition of work. All contract-related waste generated must be removed by and at the expense of the contractor. Please always recycle materials. Safety cans used for refueling equipment must be approved, stamped, by a nationally recognized testing laboratory such as Underwriters Laboratory or Factory Mutual. Safety cans shall be constructed of metal, equipped with spring closing lids and spout covers, and designed to safely relieve internal pressure when subjected to fire exposure. Each gas cylinder shall be marked with its contents. Empty cylinders must be identified with either the letters MT, a tag that reads, "This cylinder is empty," or stored in a designated area. They shall be secured upright by a chain, cable, or similar security device. When not in use, oxygen and acetylene cylinders shall be stored separately, 20 feet or more apart, or separated by a non-combustible barrier at least 5 feet high. Hand and power tools shall be used in accordance with manufacturer's guidelines. Tools shall be maintained in overall good condition. Damaged or defective tools shall be immediately removed from service, tagged "Do not use," and removed from the worksite as soon as possible. Tools, including grinders, manufactured with guards, shall not be used unless guards are in place. Handheld power tools shall be equipped with constant pressure switches and either double insulated or properly grounded. Power tools shall be unplugged prior to servicing or changing accessories, and whenever tools are not in use for extended periods of time. Abrasive wheels shall be ring tested and visually inspected prior to use. Wheels and other tool attachments shall be of proper type and speed rating for the tool and job being performed. Tool power cords and extension cords must be free from damage. Repairs to cords must provide equal or greater protection than the original insulation. Job-made extension cords are prohibited. Extension cords shall be equipped with or plugged into ground fault circuit interrupters at the power source. GFCIs are not required on cords plugged into straight DC welding machines. Cords shall be secured with non-conductive materials and routed in safe manners. Air hoses shall be in good condition, connection secured, and routed in safe manners. Thank you for viewing this presentation and for working safely. If you have any questions, please feel free to see the EHS manager.